Hey everyone, I just want to give you guys a quick update about what just happened this morning because it was a cluster, you know what, it was a bad scenario that ended up being okay for some traders but liquidating a lot of traders. As you guys know, Bitcoin has been, it's been more bearish than bullish as of late, and that's okay. We kind of go in this type of sideways trend and then eventually break out, break down, simple things. But what ended up happening today is if I go over here to the 5-minute chart, there was a false report given out by Telegram, which they had to edit and then delete, I believe. And it led to this ugly monstrosity where you saw Bitcoin go from 27,800 levels to 30,000, then all the way back down to 27,723. So you saw a lot of volatility. And in this time, if there was any new traders or just traders in general that had a short position, they got killed and massacred and everything you can imagine, okay? And then if you see people that like to YOLO and buy because, oh my gosh, the price is going up, they got destroyed on the way back down. So you saw a lot of retail traders right here just get demolished. Longer term investors, they probably had stop losses and, proper tools in place to make sure that if Bitcoin did go up, they were able to take some profit off of it. Most traders don't do that for whatever reason, right? So here's what ended up happening here. I'm just going to open up a few different pages. Right here on Twitter, this is where all the news came down. I'll show you guys the original tweet here in a second. But Cointelegraph, since they posted this fake tweet, I guess you could say, or tweet with bad information, they say, we apologize for a tweet that led to the dissemination of inaccurate information regarding the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. What's amazing is when it does come to pass, that's the move that we're talking about. That's why people are still very bullish about Bitcoin in the long term here. An internal investigation is currently underway. We are committed to transparency and will share the findings of the investigation with the public once it's concluded within 3 hours. That's not going to be too bad, right? And this came out a few hours ago, I believe. So, what do you call? We should be getting news here fairly soon. Looks like it may be about 2 more hours to wait, so sorry about that. One little funny tweet I did find on here is, this is from Cointelegraph intern. I'm pretty sure they don't work for them, but it's just funny. You either die an intern or live long enough to become a market manipulator, because there is going to be somebody at Cointelegraph, or whatever you want to call it, Cointelegraph, that made money off of this, and the SEC is going to be going after them like never before. It is going to be a very bad day for that individual. You can even see right here, Zach XBT. He was this guy has resources that nobody else has. He gets tons of funding to go after people. But basically, there was a fake account in here, and it says a user in this Telegram channel posted the exact same fake news reported by Cointelegraph 39 minutes before their tweet. And this is before the Cointelegraph tweet, after they deleted their message and account, right? So, breaking SEC iShares Bitcoin spot ETF. It's been approved, right? Then all of a sudden the account has been deleted. He has timestamps, all that type of good stuff here. And then the news comes out, breaking SEC approves iShare Bitcoin spot ETF. This one tweet right here caused this parabolic move. If I go over here to the 1-minute chart, you guys can see this just like that. It makes everything look stupidly small in comparison, but that's what ended up happening. And so now we have to talk about what happens next. The SEC is going to come after this guy, whoever it was from Cointelegraph, and that person's most likely going to be hacked with a huge fine and then most likely end up going to jail because they really screwed up. Unless they're not even in the United States, which is definitely a possibility here with crypto companies, right? Now, if you guys wanted to learn more about this in particular, you guys can always go over here to Twitter, it's or X, whatever you want to call it. It's number 11 trending. It was a lot higher, so it's moving down slower and slower. Also, check out Janet Yellen. That woman is crazy. She said we could fund 2 wars at once. We are not in a position to fund freaking wars. But anyway, what does this mean for actual cryptocurrency and the prices going forward? Because we broke a lot of resistances. A lot of bad stuff is going to happen here because nobody's going to know what's going to happen over the next few days. Because normally on this channel, we're technical based, right? But sometimes even when technicals are being broken, like you see right here, all of a sudden reality can come back and hit us at any moment. And you saw whales come in here and just demolish the price of Bitcoin. Especially when you see what over here, if you guys followed any of this stuff. Perhaps if I go all the way to the top, yeah. They actually changed it from breaking SEC approves iShares Bitcoin spot ETF to reportedly. They had to edit it. That's what caused a lot of this chaos coming back down here. So let's go over here to the 4-hour chart. Let's bring up the MACD, and you can see what's kind of happening at this point. I know a lot of you guys are probably already long just because you can see the MACD crossover right here. Now it's always a good sign. But you could see the death crosses that were coming back down. All of a sudden, it doesn't matter because of this kind of chaos that we're seeing. It's going to mess with all the moving averages, all the oscillators, all the momentum movers, and we're going to be kind of stuck for a minute. But if you guys zoom out just a little bit, you'll still see that we're still dealing with a level of resistance up here. We haven't had a good opportunity to close above it just yet. So perhaps if we're able to get back above, let's just say 28,400 here, just give us a little bit more wiggle room. That'll be a signal that, hey, Bitcoin can now use that level as a level of support. I am being so cautious right now because this is just a terrifying thing, because if you guys were shorting right here or even longing, you guys might have completely messed up your trades based off of that false news report. And then going back over here to the long-term trades as far as Bitcoin's concerned, even with all the craziness we just saw today, we're still in this very boring channel, right? We have some big moves here, some big moves here, dealing with some moving averages and stuff, especially on the weekends, right? Or the weekly charts. But at this point, I really want to see us just close above that 200 weekly moving average right there, right? Maybe we have an opportunity to do so. A lot more volatility. But if you guys are looking for those big shorts, just, keep an eye on what's going to happen here with this trend line. Usually we break down below it. It doesn't mean we're going to be breaking down below this or anything like that. But the good thing about this shock that lasted, I wanted to say, just a couple hours, usually it shouldn't shock the overall market too much. It'll be shocked for like the next few days, but weeks and weeks and weeks that go on, we're going to have that same general trend. And what's happening, right? The 50 is still coming up. The 20 is more sideways now. So that's something. And the 200 is going to be more sideways coming back down, right? Just because we're getting rid of some of these higher ones over here and replacing them with lower ones here for the 200. Or you could even think about replacing some of the higher ones over here for higher ones relative to where we were there, but still relatively low compared to the candles being replaced. All right, so we are going to be looking at a death cross. Now, this one seems like it may happen more, well, I'm no expert in this, right? But forecasting at some time towards the end of the year, maybe even the beginning of next year. But just be aware that we're most likely going to have a bad week next week. And this week may end up just being a little bit of a nice move where we can kind of, we broke through some levels of resistance. Unless whales come in here and destroy us again, there's still an opportunity for us to go even higher. Would I be buying at this level? Like I said, no. We're at a level of resistance. You can kind of see this zone right here. Not touching it. Day trading, sure, have some fun with it. I would just simply put on, either one of the Lux Algo ones. You can do the price action concepts one, or you can do one of their premium ones. I don't have the free one on here right now. But it's not hard to find. It's right on the... Loki's making loud noises playing with his ball. But breakout here, level of support here, breakdown there. These things are pretty simple, and even if you guys add on the colors, I think they've been a good help, even with the volatility here. So let me go over here, turn on color candles, just so you guys can see what's going on. And there you go, right? Bullish right here, that ended up working out. Bearish right here, that ended up working out. Bullish right here, even though it was a fake news pump, so to speak, it still had a breakout a few hours before the pump, and we also had the green light to go before the pump here. So there was some good news here. Now, if you guys go to the 1-hour charts and stuff like that, you guys should still see some good news. Like, green right here, green right there that failed. That's why I usually like to lose on the 4-hour chart. But you can see that I would say it works about 80% of the time here, depending on how greedy you are as an investor, I guess I would say, right? So I'll see you guys a little bit later, and thanks for watching, but just be careful. I wouldn't be buying at this area. I'd be just doing some day trades just to feel out the market. Because if you're looking at everything else, it just seems like meh at this point. Today's video was sponsored by Fairdesk. They have an amazing copy trading program that they want you guys to know about. If you guys like to copy other traders, or maybe you guys don't feel comfortable enough copying yourself, they have many traders out there right now that are trading, so you guys can make some money. You guys can always see how much money their followers have made by checking out the 7-day follower profit. Everybody has one. Some have zero, some have a few thousand, some have like 30,000, some have almost $100,000. If you guys want to go that way, just go to the 7-day follower profit and find out who's making the most profit for the people, and that way you guys can choose to follow which one you want, okay? I'm over here as Fusion Trading or Quantum Trades. Hope you guys all have a great rest of your day.